Yolanda here, and welcome to the second video in the series. In the first video, I talked about some things you can do to stretch and strengthen your neck. I talked about posture, and I also talked about pandiculation, which is the kind of tensing and stretching that all healthy animals do to prepare for movement. In this video, I want to talk about some things you can do to strengthen your core, as well as to increase your energy level. Now, with any of these exercises, I want you to start slowly, especially if you haven't moved around a lot lately. Of course, it's easier to start slowly and to slowly test your boundaries and test your range of motion than it is to do too much too soon and then have to recover from an injury. I don't want that. So the first exercise I'm going to talk about is plank position. Here I am demonstrating plank position. It's basically the top of a push-up position. Now, if this is enough for you, just stay there. Stay in plank for, a few seconds to begin with, and then slowly you'll be able to build strength in plank. Plank is fantastic for building your core muscles up, and it also works the whole front of your body. If you feel comfortable and confident with this, there's another exercise you can do from plank position, and it's knee to elbows. So I start with one knee, I bring the knee up to the same side elbow, and then bring it back down. Then I bring that knee up toward my nose and bring it back down, and then the knee goes to the opposite elbow and it goes back down. Then I start with the other knee. Again, same side elbow, nose, and opposite side elbow. This is just a wonderful exercise for building up your core and your balance and your coordination. The next exercise is more for the back end. So this is also an exercise in coordination and in balance, and it's a fantastic one. I love recommending this to all of my clients, and I do it myself almost every day. You start on all fours. This time your knees are bent, so you're on hands and knees. And you start by lifting up one arm and bringing it forward. Then, if you feel confident with that, bring the opposite leg out and back. Bring those both down, and then do the opposite arm and leg. So you're always doing opposites, and then switching back and forth. The slower you go, the more balance is required. So it's an exercise in your balance as well. The next exercise I want to talk about is also for the core, for building core strength. You'll start on your back with your knees up and feet on the floor. The first thing to do is really strengthen your abdomen. Tense your abdomen and bring your low back down toward the floor so that there's no gap in between the floor and your low back. Then bring your legs up so that you're in like an L shape and your legs are straight. And now, while keeping the low back on the floor, slowly start to bring your legs down toward the floor. If your low back starts to come up, back off a little bit and make sure the low back is down again. And just keep your legs there. Just hold them there. And you will be using your core strength. This is for the multifidi muscles and other smaller muscles that go right along your spine. You'll notice that if you do start slowly on this exercise, you'll notice that you build up strength pretty quickly. And it can be kind of exhausting, especially in the beginning. The next exercise I want to talk about is more to bring up your energy. This brings up your energy level, and you can do it any time of day. Morning is great, or when you have that afternoon slump. It's called Hummingbird in a Pool of Molasses. So start out standing up with your arms stretched out, and then start to move your arms as if you're dribbling tiny basketballs, and like a hummingbird. And so you can start with your hands going up and down like I do. And if you want, you can start to change the direction. So notice I'm going up and down, and then I go forward and backward. And then I switch my hands so that they're pushing up. And then I move my hands so that they're pushing back. This is great for strengthening your arms as well as getting your energy up. And the next exercise I want to talk about is also for bringing your energy up. And this is a great one to do any time of day too. And with this one especially, I want to emphasize that if you haven't twisted in a while, definitely start slowly, okay? So you bring your arms up, bent at the elbow, like I am here, and you start to swing back and forth, just swaying, pivoting, using your torso and having your knees a little bit bent for stability. And the next exercise I want to talk about is starts on the floor, where you tuck your knees and then you just roll onto the back, like you see kids doing all the time. That's a fantastic energy. It kind of massages your back and it brings your energy up. So those are the main exercises that I wanted to share with you on this video. And in the next video, I'm going to talk about some other things that you can do to bring more energy into your life and maybe start creating some real change. I look forward to seeing you then.